YouTube, this is Ringo from 7 Education, and today we are going to go over, quite a tricky question here. Today we're going to go over an integration question, and this integration question is shown on the screen. Let f of x equals cosine x for 0 is bigger than or equal to x is bigger than or equal to 2 pi. So the following diagram shows the graph of f, and there are x-intercept, and here we look at it. And we're supposed to calculate the shaded region. So obviously what we're going to do is we are going to integrate between b and 3 pi over 2. And we're going to integrate between cosine x. And after that, what we are going to find is that the area is actually 1 minus root 3 over 2. Alright, so let's get cracking. So how do we integrate cosine? Well, we integrate cosine simply becomes sine. So it becomes sine x dx equals 1 minus root 3 over 2. That was simple. So what then we're going to do is we are going to sub the numbers in. We're going to get sine b of x, minus sine 3 pi over 2 equals 1 minus root 3 over 2. That was easy. So what exactly is sine 3 pi over 2? Well, we're going to draw the sine graph. We learned that this is pi over 2, this is pi, this is 3 pi over 2, and this is 2 pi. So sine 3 pi over 2 is simply minus 1. So what we're going to get is sine bx minus 1 equals 1 minus root 3 over 2. So moving on and simplifying that, these should all cancel out. So what we're going to get is sine b of x equals minus root 3 over 2. Alright, that was easy. So how do we find sine bx? Actually, not sine bx because x was b. So how do we find sine b? Well, b is simply the inverse of root 3 over 2 minus root 3 over 2. How exactly are we going to get it? Well, we're going to draw our magical right angle. So this is a magical right angle. This is our 30 degrees, 60 degrees, 2, 1, root 3. We're going to move it down to here so we can see this more clearly. So we are having a 30 degrees, we are having a root 3, we are having a 1, we are having a 60 degrees here, and we are having a 2. So root 3 over 2 in terms of sine, root 3 over 2 in terms of sine is the angle 60 degrees. So that was easy. So we know that b is therefore equal to minus 60 degrees, or, to simply write it, pi over 3. Find that b equals minus pi over 3. So then, is that all? Of course that's not all. If we look at this, b must be a positive number. So how exactly are we going to find that? Well, simply we use our magical CAST diagram. We know that this is 0, and actually 2 pi. This is pi over 2, this is pi, and this is 3 pi over 2. And we learned that here we have 0 plus pi over 3. Therefore, here we have pi minus pi over 3. Here we have pi plus pi over 3. And here we have 2 pi minus pi over 3. And we know that because sine is negative, the only quadrants that sine is negative is on the tangent and C. So we're going to take a look at both of these value. So the first value we're going to look at is pi plus pi over 3. So what we're going to do is, we're going to make this into something that looks like I could add. Okay, looks good. So now that is 4 pi over 3. And then the other one is 2 pi minus pi over 3. I'm going to make this that looks like 6 pi over 3 minus pi over 3. That is 5 pi over 3. So which one of it is the answer? So if we scroll up and take a look, what we're going to get is that we know that 4 pi over 3, it's actually closer to the 2 pi. So obviously b will be the one closer to the 2 pi, which the exact answer should be 5 pi over 3. Alright, so that is quite a tricky question for you guys, Do look over this again because, there's many little tricks that is involved other than just integration. So anyway, peace out for now and remember to subscribe. This is Ringo from 7 Education.